Okay guys, today we have a celebration box featuring Zacian. It's going to have 6 packs in there, 4 of the celebrations, 1 Vivid Voltage, 1 Chilling Rain, we got the pin, and we have the Zacian promo card, which if you can tell is a little off center because UPS kind of destroyed this box in delivery, thanks. And when we cut back, I'm going to have everything opened up, so we're going to be right back, and that should make for a slightly shorter video. And we're back. Well, that was sort of magical for you. Broke open the box. We have this pin, and it's actually, you can move this part and review as balloons. So that's pretty cool. I didn't realize it would do that. I saw that it had multiple layers, but that's pretty cool. We have a pack of Vivid Voltage, pack of Chilling Rain, 4 packs of Celebrations, which only have 4 cards in them. It's interesting. And then our Zacian promo card, which you can already see is quite bent, courtesy of UPS. Thanks, guys. So that's not good, but at least it doesn't look like it was actually creased. It's just a little bent, so we could probably straighten this out with a book. But let's get to breaking. Let's start off with the Chilling Rain pack. I don't really know Chilling Rain well, but I do not believe there is a Charizard or like a Pikachu in here, so yeah. I believe 3 cards, and then go in the back. I believe that's the order, maybe not. Okay, let's just break through these quickly. Well, I clearly did not get that right. Our hit is Tauros. I don't know what type of foil that is. Let's see. Code, yeah. So our hit is Tauros. Let's put Tauros to the side here. We'll put the rest of the cards here. Our Vivid Voltage pack. Oh, that's a cool Charmander. I like that. Donphin. I think this is one of the rares. This is a reverse foil. That's pretty cool. This is our other rare. It's Shift 3, and that's it. Now our celebration pack. So obviously we are hoping for a Charizard, but if not, you can still get. Oh, I got a Lugia. So it looks like the card on the back is the foil. So our hit is Lugia. Oh wow, there's multiple hits. They're all hits. I didn't realize that. Wow, we got a Dark Gyarados, a Lugia, a Cosmog, and a Lunala in our first pack. That's really cool. I guess I didn't realize that every single card in these packs would be a rare. Wow. Yeah, for those of you watching this video and you're like laughing to yourself, this is actually my first celebration pack that I'm opening up. So that is really cool that when you open these up, what you get is 4 foil cards essentially. I mean, that's just awesome. I was wondering, like, man, there's only 4 cards in here. That really sucks. Put this to the side. Yveltal, another Cosmog, Zekrom, and Mew. Oh, wow. Wow, look at this. That is gorgeous. Holy. That's a full art Mew. I am going to sleeve this guy up right away. Wow. Oh, wow. Look at that. In fact, I'm going to sleeve and top load this guy. I think that deserves it. Wow. Okay, let's put that right there. Mew's in full view. Wow. My second pack hit Mew. I mean, that's fantastic, I think. Alright, we got our Pokemon game code, 1 in every pack. So, Cosmoan, another Lugia. Here comes Team Rocket. I actually have the first edition version of this, where I have like 2 of them. Oh, who's this? Flying Pikachu! Wow, that's awesome. I cannot complain about these packs at all. That is just awesome. I don't know if these are like extra rare. Oh, that is awesome. But I am also going to put Flying Pikachu VMAX. I'm so excited I can't even say it. Flying Pikachu VMAX is going to go into his own top loader. Wow. So we got Mew and Flying Pikachu. So we got one last pack. I am just beyond excited right now. I don't know if you guys can tell. I am a Pikachu collector. So anything we hit from Pikachu, I absolutely love. Pack will open our last pack. I'm going to put this game card to the side. And here we go. Ho-Oh. Palkia. Zekrom. Another full art. Professor's Research. Okay. That's pretty cool. This is also like a full art version. Wow, that's shiny. I really like that. I stopped playing this game by the time this card came out, so I don't really know what set this is from. But yeah, it just looks awesome. Just looks flat out awesome. Okay, so quick review of our hits. Let me just go through this pile just to make sure, because we did have a couple hits on here. A couple of rares. I don't know if that really counts as a hit. I guess anything that's shiny and is a rare card counts as a hit. So we got Cast Form. This is a reverse foil. This is just a Shiftry rare. We got Ho-Oh foil, Palkia foil, Zekrom, Cosmoem, Lugia. We got doubles of that. Here comes Team Rocket, Yveltal, Cosmog, another Zekrom, Lunala, Dark Gyarados. I actually have a first edition of this beautiful card. Lugia again, another Cosmog, a Donphin, and then a Tauros. So that wraps it up. I'm going to pick a couple of, that wraps it up for the break section. I'm going to pick a couple of these cards. We're going to come back and we're going to put them under a mag lamp, and we'll see how these cards look. So we'll be right back. And of course, I've got Mew and Flying Pikachu, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we are back with the review section. I've picked out 5 cards here, a variety. Let's start with a Charmander base card. So the first thing I noticed about this Charmander base card is actually the centering is pretty solid. No real surface issues. The surface seems to be really clean on these cards. What I did see, however, is that this one is a little beat up. You can see some whiting on the bottom edge. The corners look like they're sort of peeling upwards, and that's going to be a trend we're going to see in a couple of these other cards as well. So a little rough. I mean, obviously we weren't going to grade a basic Charmander card anyway, but I thought I would just show a base card just to show a little bit of variety. The centering on this looks pretty good. Looks like left to right is pretty good. Top to bottom looks relatively good as well. So solid card. The Charmander to start. Next we have a Cosmoem foil. Cosmoem is a little rough because Cosmoem has, I don't know if I can show you. Let's zoom in. Can we zoom in? Cosmoem has bleed. You can see the foil is sort of bleeding through on the top left there, on the bottom as well. In the corners, the foil is sort of bleeding through. The card is off center. The left is thicker than the right. The top and bottom look about the same. And then if we flip it over, we'll see again that corner issue. Looks like the corners are kind of curling up. It's got a rough edge on the bottom as well. So this card would probably not grade well. People are always surprised when they send in Pokemon cards like PSA, and then they come back like eights, or if they're lucky nines, and I don't think they realize just how tough it is to that Pokemon cards seem to be pretty delicate in many ways. Next we have Gyarados. First thing you'll notice about Gyarados is he is very off-center. Left is really thick compared to right. This looks like 60-40 maybe. The bottom is very thick compared to the top. So again, card is way off-center. The surface is, I would say, excellent. No real issues on the surface, so that's a good thing I noted. If we flip them over to the back, you can see again just how off-centered this card is. The right side of the right border here is so much thicker than the left. And if I flip it around, try to show the top and the bottom, you'll see that the bottom looks thicker than the top. And that sort of reflects what the front of the card looks like, right? If you flip it around. So that makes sense. This card didn't seem to show that corner curling up issue. So I don't know if that's because this is like a different type of card, or maybe I just got lucky and this card isn't like that. But the other cards that I showed you had where it looked like the corner was kind of curling up. This card does not show that. But unfortunately, with this card being so off-centered, again, probably no chance of hitting a 10. If you're lucky, you might hit a 9 if this is within the parameters. But if I'm being honest, I don't think it even deserves a 9 because it's the border. Look at this thing. This card is just so off, just so completely off. Next, we have Donphin. And right off the bat, we can see again, this card is off-center. The left is really thin, the right is really thick. If we look at the bottom and how thin that bottom border is compared to the top, so again, just an off-center card. If we flip it around to the back, you'll see that the centering just looks off to the naked eye. We have that corner issue again that's been persistent in a lot of the cards I got. You can just see it looks like it's just curling up slightly, like it's sort of just bent this way. Not sure why that is, but we've seen it on a couple of these cards, unfortunately. Last card we're going to look at is the Mew. And again, the surface on these cards is just excellent. It's very hard to find a card that's like dented or has like a scratch of any sort. Again, if we're looking at this, I think the top border is a bit thicker than the bottom, so a little off-center. I think left to right looks pretty good. If we were going to grade this, we would take out our centering grade and look at it that way. It looks like the bottom edge has a little bit of whiting that's peeking through right over here. The rest of the card looks pretty good. This card does not seem to be showing that curling issue. So that's really good. If I were to submit this card, I would expect this to at least get a 9. It's possible that this card might get a 10. It's just a really clean card, and that's definitely great news because I think this card is just beautiful. And last thing that I noticed when I was going through the cards is that these two cards had a little bit of ink bleed on the top. You can see on Palkia it's red. You can see on Zekrom it looks like a little smush there. Palkia is bleeding a lot. You can see little specks of silver, so that's bleeding through. I guess the way these cards were made is that it's layers. So you have the foil layer, and then they overlay the actual frame of the card. So they layer on top, and I guess sometimes when that goes off, you'll see this. Sorry guys, you'll see this thing where you see some of the foil peeking through that top layer, and then also you can see it on the bottom as well. You can see how it just shines and reflects light. So these two cards, definitely Palkia with the ink stain. The ink stain and the bleed. This had no chance. No chance that this card would grade well at all. you would be really foolish to try to submit this card. I would say overall, quality on these cards are not great. Just a lot of off-centered cards. The Donphin off-centered, Gyarados off-centered. Cosmoan, I think had the corner issues. So maybe I just got unlucky, or maybe it's because UPS smashed my box in delivery that some of the cards ended up getting damaged. That's also possible. I'm not discounting that. But overall, a lot of the cards had this corner issue where you can see it. Wow, you can just see that. So really ding corners, really off-centered. Surface is a strong point for Pokemon cards. I haven't really seen surface issues on many of the foil cards. For the most part, the surface is really clean, and with the exception of this Palkia where it sort of bleeds, for the most part, these foil cards are pretty strong, but you will see some of this. It's relatively rare, but you'll definitely see it. So my advice to you, if you are going to buy these cards off of eBay, definitely check for centering. It's probably going to be really hard to see like the bleed through like that through pictures. I would imagine it's really hard. See if you can catch what the corners look like. I don't think that the corners are generally this bad on Pokemon cards. Let me show you the Charizard one. It just looks like they weren't like glued together properly. It just looks like it's kind of separating almost at the edge, like when the two sides of the cards were smushed together, like they weren't pushed in hard enough, and then they maybe bent a little bit when they got packed. So yeah, just be careful if you are going to buy these off of eBay to grade, especially. I would be really careful. It's going to be really hard to tell centering. It's going to be really hard to see bleed through, and those are definitely issues with Pokemon. And Pokemon is just hard to grade. Pokemon is just hard to grade. Let's get the mag lamp out of the way, just to show off our big hits. Pokemon is just hard to grade. I think I'm going to do a separate video, maybe to dive deeper into why. But I think this video really goes over a lot of them. But I am happy to hit these two cards. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. Hope you enjoyed watching me break the cards and also take a look at the cards under the lamp. If you enjoyed this video, I appreciate if you like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment. I'll definitely get back to you. Otherwise, I will see you guys for the next video. Take care.